on here and give my 2-year Jeep Gladiator review. I can't believe I've already had my dream car for 2 years, but I have some pros and I have some cons. Overall, I love it, but let's hop in. The first part is that I think it's really comfortable. For my size person, it's comfortable, but we've had all different sizes of people in our Gladiator and nobody's had any complaints. I'd say the number one thing, if you're a really tall person with a long torso, might not be the most comfortable for you. And also if your legs are extremely long, you can scoot back the seat pretty far, but if you're in the back seat and there's somebody like that driving, you might be a little cramped. But the average size person, I would say they find it to be pretty comfortable. Next on there, my favorite part about it is, so Derek's Jeep leaks a lot. It's an old Jeep, it's a 98 Wrangler. We didn't know if newer Jeeps leaked. I've seen different things. So far, this Jeep does not leak, and the hardtop doesn't leak or anything like that. Even where it connects at the top where you can just take off the front half of it, no leaks. I go through car washes. I'm like addicted. I have a membership and I go through all the time. Never had any problem or gotten any sort of spray inside of the car. So that's a big thumbs up for me. Another thing, pretty obvious, Jeeps are extremely customizable. You can do literally whatever you want to them, and it's kind of cool to do things to your Jeep. My favorite thing that we've done is our seat covers. I thought that was really nice. Everybody, I get compliments on them and they look good and they're comfy. I can show you, I think we've shown you guys before what they look like, but if you have not come and watched our videos before, they're the Rough Country neoprene seat covers. They're black, they're really nice and add a little bit of cushion, and they mold really, really well to the seats that people don't really think they're seat covers. They're like, oh, how'd you get these? What package Jeep do you have? These are really cool. And then I always let them know it's not a package and that they can buy those, I think, for like in the 200 range. So it's pretty affordable, or you could save up for it for like a special little treat for yourself. I think it's really fun to drive. I haven't really driven a Jeep before this. Derek's is a stick shift and I'm not very good at driving it, so my legs are too short for the clutch, but I think it's really fun to drive. You can drive over anything. It's big, but not too big. I enjoy it. It's a good, fun truck to drive. I'd say our number one use has really good towing capacity. This thing can tow like nobody's business. We've towed a rental trailer from like Home Depot, and we towed 7,000 pounds of gravel in it, and we didn't even feel it at all. Like even when the big dump truck dumped the gravel into the trailer, it sunk us a little bit, but it's insane. Like you don't feel it. These things are tanks, and I just love it. So we tow with this thing very, very often, so it's really worth it for us. Another thing is I love the screen and the Apple CarPlay. I'm assuming for how the system is set up, it should be like this with all Jeeps, I would imagine, and Dodge products. I really like it. It's really nice, easy to use, user-friendly. The car's not on, so you can't see it, but I think we also have in a different video us kind of showing how it all goes down with that. And going off of that, it has a really good backup camera. It has the most clear backup camera that I've ever used, and I get passengers all the time saying like, oh my gosh, that's such a nice backup camera. And it really is. I love using it. It's very clear and crisp. If you've driven any Jeep, a newer Jeep, you know how nice this is. Another thing, it has really good storage, in my opinion, for a truck. Oh, I have my little car seat in here, but under these seats, if we go around to the other side, actually, I forgot. I was taking my dogs to the groomer, but if we go to the other side, we should be able to see how good the storage is under the seats. So this side lifts up, the other side, both seats lift up, and I can scooch out of the way here so you can see, but it's pretty deep storage. I like it. I have all sorts of things under there, tow straps, little like survival kits, water, all the stuff that you need. And yeah, there you go. That looks nicer, and I think that's pretty nice. I'm pretty sure that the little kits are back here. Yeah, for when you take off your top of your Jeep and your doors and whatnot, all the storage is back there for it, so it's pretty cool. I really enjoy that feature. With a truck, you got to have good storage, so I think that's pretty important. Next up on the list, I would say, I mean, I get a lot of compliments on it. People really love this Jeep. They come and they see the color and they're always complimenting me on it and asking me questions and wanting to look inside. So if you like to be social and you're excited about your vehicle, getting a Jeep Gladiator should yield those results for you. It's really fun. I love talking about things that excite me. This really excites me, so I'm into it. I love all the compliments and curiosities and everything that comes with it. And then lastly for it, the back seat has little vents in the back too. I know I just opened this and closed this, but there's the little vents back there in the center for the passengers to use. Some of the older Wrangler models don't have that back there, and I have experienced how uncomfortable that is as a passenger. So I love that it's back there for passengers. Sometimes I'm a passenger, I like to be chauffeured around, it's fun. So I want to have my vents. Now as for cons, there's a few. I do love this Jeep, but it gets really bad gas mileage. I'm always driving in the city, so my gas mileage is horrific. Right now I think it's at like 13.8 or something, pretty bad. I work from home and then I only drive around town, so that's maybe more of a me thing than an everybody thing. But then I don't really mind because I hardly fill it up with gas because I don't drive it that much, so it's okay. From stop to go, it's kind of sluggish. There will be a bit of a delay for whatever reason there is. It might have to do with how much it shifts. It shifts a lot with the engine that it has, so it's not the fastest car off the line, but it's a Jeep, so what do you expect? Unless you had one of those models with like the crazy engine, then you would expect something really high performance. But this guy, I don't expect it. It's just something that I've noticed. My car also has a really good backup camera. My model doesn't come with beepers. I'm not sure if more expensive models do. They probably do. Mine doesn't, and I have paid the price for that. I have backed into things 2 times now. I backed into another vehicle and reported to insurance. We're all cool. But the Jeep, I'll show you the back bumper. I know this is like a really ridiculous way to know this, but I like totaled another vehicle. Look at my bumper. It's insane. And then also with this bumper, I backed into a little concrete like post in a parking lot. Nothing. I mean, there's some scrapes and stuff. And then I will say Derek, so thank goodness for him, on my first bump, this got pushed back a bit and it kind of damaged this little side piece. And Derek was able to go on to the Mopar website, order the exact factory piece. I think it was, I know it was under $100 for sure. I think it was more like in the 55, 75 range. And he just popped it off, popped the new one back on for me and replaced it, which is really nice of him. But with that being said, the stock bumpers are pretty strong for what I've done to the stock bumper. Pretty strong, pretty impressed with it. 2 more things that I don't like that aren't that big of a deal, but I don't like the old door nets. They've had these door nets forever. I don't like them. They sag if you put stuff in them, so I literally can't use them because of my personality type. I will not have saggy nets in my doors. I won't do it. And Derek has told me that it's not the easiest to replace these nets and they're not the cheapest. Maybe that's just his personal opinion. Let me know if your opinion differs on that. But I don't use my nets, and passengers are not allowed to use my nets, and they know they're not. So lastly, another thing, just my personality that I don't like, is that the emergency brake is like crooked, and there's a reason for the crookedness. Actually, on a Jeep page, oh geez, Derek, on a Jeep page, somebody said it's because of this, so that when you shift it, if you shift it in the all the way back position, it won't get in the way of you pulling your emergency brake up. Apparently that's the reason why. Somebody came in with some logic there, and I thought, you know, that does make sense, but it still bugs me. And I think that maybe if they were going more truck style with it, they could have the push emergency brake that you use your foot, like bigger trucks have. But that's so simple. Overall, I really love this Jeep. I can't believe I've already had it for 2 years. This was Derek and my goal to get this vehicle, so we're so excited. I love it, almost everything about it. I'd keep buying them again and again. But if you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments. Or if you have any insight about anything that I said, please let us know. I love feedback. And if you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to us for more awesome Jeep content and just more Stever Garage type content as well. But we will see you guys soon. Thanks.